Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video we are going to be talking about Mercy Health. Mercy Health is like every healthcare organization. They usually focus a lot on their systems, so they have a segment within the organization. Their main focus is really just managing their healthcare system, so which means IT infrastructure or even patient records and so forth. So right now that specific team is looking for people to come fill 2 positions, but with multiple openings. So if you have been looking for a while and you're looking for something around like data entry with a little mix of customer service, this is really the video for you. Because why? Mercy Health tend to pay reasonably well, and also the benefits are pretty good. So let's just dive right into it. So seeing is believing, right? The first opportunity that I have are in 2 ways. One is non-exempt and another is just a regular full-time job. So non-exempt versus exempt, right? The only difference is that one is salary and one is not. So it's basically saying one is hourly and one is not. Non-exempt tend to be hourly, and exempt employees are more salaried employees. So whatever you have been gone into contract with as your salary, that is what you earn. However, for non-exempt employees, they are paid hourly. So if they exceed that 40 hours a week, you are going to pay them overtime. So you're going to be paying them an hour and a half. So whatever you've agreed on for like an hour payment, you're going to end up adding maybe half payment in addition to that hourly pay for the next every hour after 40 hours have been worked. So really that's the only difference. So the exempt and versus non-exempt, and they have those 2 positions open right now. One of the things I just really particularly like about this is the fact that they have multiple openings. So if like even if multiple people see this video, you can still apply. Because why? They have openings that are multiple. So it's not just only one position just trying to fill, but it's one title but with multiple openings. So it's like basically in this case they are looking for patient access representatives, so they are looking for patient access representatives, so which means not just only one. So if they hire one, they could potentially still hire another one, right? So really open like that, so which is really cool. All right, so guys, let's start with this one. This one is patient access representative, like I called it. This is an exempt role. Okay, with this position, right, it's often the first point of contact for patients, so they have to represent Mercy very well. They provide customer service, and the expectation, this is a healthcare organization, be compassionate, be empathetic, and so forth. This position entails you providing services, providing guidance to people, especially questions around whether it's their bills or they have certain questions about even getting to certain facilities and so forth, or questions about just services they've received. This individual is going to be point for that. So also one of the things that kind of enthused me with this role is the fact that it's centered around data as well. So you get to learn data aspect of things also, in addition to just being on the phone. So there are telephonic components to this role, but in addition to that, you also may go with a little bit of data entry, which is actually entering data and also manipulating data as well, which I think was a good addition and a good mix. So attention to detail, maintaining knowledge and competence with insurance carriers. So that makes sense, right? Because you're going to be on the phone talking to patients. They may have questions about the different type of insurance they have. So it's not just only Medicare. You also have Medicaid there as well. You could also potentially have commercial plans. So really someone that is well-rounded and willing to learn, I think. So a lot of times you don't have to know everything. I find with every role, be transparent. Whenever you have interviews, don't oversell yourself, be transparent. But at the same time, even if you're going to oversell yourself, right? So make sure that you're going to actually go back and brush up on whatever you oversold yourself on. Very, very essential. All right, so position details. It says it right here. 1 to 3 years of clerical experience, customer service experience is what they prefer, but it's not required, right? So that is a preference. Anyone that is familiar with this our channel knows that oftentimes I emphasize that preference, because as much as it's important, it's also an opportunity for things to go either way, because even if you don't have it and you sell them on other things, they can potentially still hire you. So it's just a matter of how do you communicate what you don't have. So very, very important. Ability to communicate effectively, someone who is able to establish and maintain positive working relationship, someone who is an organizer, very organized. Like we talked about this already, attention to detail is essential to this role. With this position, right, when I did my research, this position can pay up to about $25 to $30 per hour. So really depending on what you're bringing to the table. It does ask for high school diploma here. And it also put that if you have some college education, it can be helpful. So if you are coming in with a college degree, likely you will end up with that 30, right? So, but if you're with just high school diploma, potentially you might end up on the lower spectrum, but really depend on many, many factors. So I wouldn't necessarily go that way. And I think they do that on purpose. So they have a bracket. They don't really pinpoint specifically where any individual potentially will fall, but the idea is that after much evaluation, they can then, pose a salary that they think kind of fits the requirements as well as fits the individual that they are making an offer to. And like I always say on this channel, whatever offer you get, don't be hesitant to ask for more. If you think there's an opportunity, asking is not a deterrent. Instead, it's really someone that is being proactive. So saying, wanting to know if there's potentially any wiggle room for this to go up. They can let you know yes or no, right? So the offer has already been made. Yes or no is the only response at that point. Okay. But the key thing is make sure that you are asking about salary after the offer has been made, not prior to. Okay. All right, so that's the first role. So the second opportunity, which is non-exempt, right, is very similar but slightly different. This one is patient service agent, and this is a non-exempt role. This position is asking for high school diploma or equivalent customer service experience, and is talking about data entry, basic computer skills. This is very computer heavy because it goes further to talk about 60 words per minute, unlike the other role that did not go into that. So this position really is data heavy, is really very much data entry, even though there potentially could be some customer service telephonic function in there, but primarily this is a data entry role, and they're asking for 60 words per minute. I've done a video before where I talk about how to continue to practice your typing skills, and also a website that can potentially help you do that. So if you are ever in need of that video, let us know. We can reference it for you again. So that is still something that is very common with a lot of data entry roles. The typing speed is very essential. So that's really it for this position. The salary is approximately $50,000 per year. And then the last position that I have on my list is also with Mercy, and this position is exchange operator. So this whole video is on Mercy Health, okay? So the whole video is on Mercy Health, and we have another opportunity right now which is titled exchange operator. This is a fully remote role. This position, this is a frontline position to Mercy Physician Exchange and Referral Team, answers incoming exchange calls for both Mercy integrated and non-integrated providers originating from providers, patients, family members, facilities, and provider offices. This is a 24/7 department serving Mercy and non-Mercy medical community. This team provides after-hours emergency call relay and incoming referral calls for those seeking a new Mercy PCP or specialty provider, documents patient information to dispatch to on-call provider for prompt medical care. So it basically says it all, right? Which makes sense why these tend to be more rolling employment, right? Because this is a 24/7 facility. So this type of role is going to encompass shifts. So it's not just like 9 to 5, it's going to be more of Sunday through Saturday role. So they are open 24/7, so they potentially would always need people to be on the phone to assist patients, their families, and also specifically providers. So this position is very much open to hiring a lot of people. So, and it's remote and it says East. So I'm assuming the eastern part of the United States, so different parts of the US, but more centralized on the eastern side. So if you're an Eastern time zone, you should be good, right? So I think that's really what it is, more the time zone than anything else. And also, if you're willing to work that time zone, even if you're not in that time zone, you should be able to potentially get the role. So they talk about experience. 1 year of customer service is required, high school diploma, no certifications whatsoever, and experience with computers and Microsoft Office, is preferred. So they have it all here, right? To me, this is very much attainable, right? They have it all here. And also too, they're basically not really putting a time or expectation around any of these qualifications, right? Which I think can also be beneficial. You see right here, it says experience with computers. They are not telling you need to be able to do A, B, C, D, right? They just said experience with computers, familiarity with computers. And then they also say on here, high school diploma. So if you have your GED, you're good to go, or high school diploma. And then 1 year of customer service is what they're requiring. So this is really easily attainable. These positions were just posted. So guys, I encourage you to go ahead and apply right away. And also too, flexibility with this is going to be handy for people, right? So depending on what you're looking for, if you're someone that wants a day off during the week and things like that, this will be a good opportunity because it's a 24/7 facility, 24/7 type of job, which means there are flexibility for you to work morning, for you to work afternoon, and don't forget, it is remote. So you're working from home and doing all of these functions. So really no brainer, guys. So I hope you find these job leads helpful. So like always, if you have any questions for me, come back, leave it in the comment section. Really want to engage with you guys. I know I've been out for a little bit and I apologize again for that, but life has been extremely interesting. But again, that's a video for another day. But really appreciate this community. We have grown to 6,000, so really excited. I hope we continue to grow, and I really want to continue to be of resource, be of help. That's really my main goal. That's my passion, being able to be helpful to others. So if there is anything that you are interested in that you feel I can help with, let me know. If there's a particular research you want me to do for you, let me know as well. Or there's a particular role you're interested in, also let me know. Okay, really appreciate you guys. Thank you for continuing to watch. Please continue to share with your friends and families. Anyone you know is looking for a job, refer them to this channel. Share with your friends and families. The links are always embedded in the video, so you get to actually send those directly to people. But I'm hoping that you actually refer them to my channel, right? So, but if the links are what you need, also send that out as well. So really grateful for this community. Until next time, I wish you guys all the very best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.